India Global.
India Global.
Hello and welcome.
Join us as we travel to the largest country in South America, with the widest river on earth coursing through it, surrounded by the largest jungle on earth, and a long coastline with some of the world's greatest beaches that have been sung about and filmed.
This soccer-crazy nation has won the Football World Cup more times than any other country. And if you're still guessing where we are headed for, here are more hymns. The Amazon, Rio, Carnival, Pele, and they've got an awful lot of coffee.
In Brazil. The Federative Republic of Brazil, with its capital Brasilia, is located in the South American continent. A vast country, more than 2.5 times the size of India, it has a varied geography of mountains, rivers, the pampas, grasslands, and the coast.
Brazil is home to the largest number of animal species in the world, and some of them are unique to the country. Anaconda, the piranha, the capybara, and the caiman, to name a few. Having been a Portuguese colony for long, Portuguese is the language spoken here. Ties between India and Brazil date back possibly to the Asian migration to South America, which contributed to the evolution of the indigenous people of the Americas. Brazil and Goa, both Portuguese colonies, had bilateral exchanges between the 17th and 18th centuries that is seen in the flora, fauna, food, dress, and folk traditions of Brazil. Telling us more about these deep-rooted historical ties is India's ambassador to Brazil, Sunil Lal.
Brazil is a huge country of Amazonian proportions. Historically, the link between India and Brazil was through Portugal, as it was the Portuguese naval expeditions that connected us for the first time. Goa and Salvador were the two trading posts used by the Portuguese. Spices, mango, bamboo and textiles came to Brazil from India, while tobacco went from Brazil to India. It is documented that agriculture experts were brought from India to plant cinnamon and pepper in Bahia.
Today, India and Brazil share a multifaceted bilateral relationship. High-level exchanges of visits have added greater commitment and content to this relationship, which has acquired the dimension of a strategic partnership, says Ambassador Lal.
India and Brazil are members of the G4, working closely together for an expanded UN Security Council. We are part of IBSA, that also includes South Africa, and on South-South cooperation. We are members of BRICS, an influential strategic grouping in world affairs, which has China, Russia and South Africa. BASIC, which includes South Africa and China on environment matters, and G20 to promote international financial stability. Besides, our bilateral cooperation is moving along at a good pace. Our political leadership has developed a warm personal rapport, and this augurs very well for the relationship.
India is among Brazil's top trading partners, and Brazil is a major trading partner of India in the Latin American and Caribbean region. India-Brazil bilateral trade has increased substantially in the last 2 decades, says Ambassador Sunil Lal.
India's trade with Brazil was nearly $11.5 billion in 2014, an increase of over 20% from 2013. This has propelled us to 8th position amongst Brazil's trading partners, from 12th position a year earlier. India was only one of 4 countries to record significant growth in trade at a time of economic downturn in Brazil. Half our trade is in crude oil and petroleum products that Brazil exports to India in return for refined diesel oil. Brazil mainly exports commodities like soya, sugar, copper and iron ore, and lately some gold. India's exports include polyester yarns and fibers, chemicals, pharmaceuticals, plastics, and auto components.
With total estimated investments by Indian companies in Brazil reaching close to $5 billion. This aspect of our commercial relations is also looking up, says Ambassador Lal.
It is significant that Indian IT majors, pharmaceutical players, energy giants, agri-business companies, and mining mineral heavyweights are present in Brazil. Correspondingly, Brazil's blue-chip companies are in India. Two-way investments are substantial, and this is obviously very good for both countries.
and there is immense potential to tap each other's strengths, adds Ambassador Sunil Lal.
Brazil can be a key contributor to our energy and food security, while we can help Brazil in IT and pharmaceuticals. Both countries have a wide industrial base.
Girl from Ipanema goes walking, and when she passes, I smile, but she doesn't see.
Did you know Brazilian beauty Gisele Monteiro made a debut in Bollywood's Love Aajkal? Speaking of the robust cultural ties between the two countries, Ambassador Sunil Lal says,
India's culture is deeply appreciated in Brazil, and we have opened a culture center in the city of Sao Paulo. There is interest in our philosophy, dance, music, yoga, and Ayurveda is also quite popular in certain areas. Indian cinema is liked in Brazil. A television serial, Caminos das Indias, or Paths to India, was very popular. Indians are familiar with the Rio Carnival and have had an abiding love for football. Pelé, Zico, and Neymar are household names in India.
Gandhiji's philosophy is a source of inspiration to Brazilians, says Envoy Lal.
Gandhiji is revered in Brazil, with NGOs actively trying to disseminate his philosophy on non-violence amongst the youth and even the police. At the Salvador Bahia Carnival, the sons of Gandhi have kept up a 65-year-old tradition of wearing white clothes with blue adornments to spread his message.
Science and technology is an important area of cooperation between India and Brazil. Last year, the two countries signed a space cooperation agreement which enables a Brazilian Earth station to receive and process data from the Indian remote sensing satellite. Ambassador Lal elaborates.
Science and technology exchanges have been going on since the 1960s and cover a large number of spheres. In particular, Brazil's space program has benefited immensely.
Did you know that the bulk of Brazilian cattle livestock is of Indian origin? Ambassador Sunil Lal throws light on this remarkable but lesser known facet of bilateral ties, India's contribution to farming in Brazil.
One can see Indian cattle breeds all over Brazil today. The Ongole and Andhra breed was brought to Brazil from India in 1868. The Gir and Kankrej are Gujarati breeds and came in the 1960s. Zafarabadi followed. The Raja of Bhavnagar's prize bull won an all-India contest in 1959, and a Brazilian cattle rancher named Sid was able to persuade the Raja to let him bring it to Brazil. The results have been nothing short of spectacular, as cows bred from this strain produce well over 30 liters of milk a day, whereas the same breed in Gujarat gives much less. There may be a strong case to take some of our bulls back to India.
That brings us to the end of our visit to Brazil. But before we go, here's a question for you. Can you tell us how Brazil's Postal Department commemorated a landmark Indian cultural event last year? And can you name the event? Send in your answers to indiajourneys360@gmail.com.
The first three winners will get a music CD from AIR Archives and a DVD from the Ministry of External Affairs. Congratulations, Sachin Bhosle from Pune in Maharashtra, V. Mani from Chennai in Tamil Nadu, and Apurv Chaudhary from Ajmer in Rajasthan for sending in the right answer to our question on Armenia. Armenian Street, or Aramanaikaran Street as it is locally known in Chennai, was named 300 years ago after the Armenian families living in the city who were part of the vibrant trade and cultural life of this capital of the erstwhile Madras Presidency.
Until next time then, goodbye.
And travel safe.